Kira.
Oh, is it my turn?
No.
Oh, I was like, it's me.
I called you.
What up?
Because Donald Trump's most frequent ally.
Oh, this is the best story of the day.
From the Democratic Party. From the Democratic Party, Joe Manchin, the most conservative Democrat in the United States Senate, has announced Tuesday that he will not run for governor of West Virginia in the 2020 election cycle. Manchin's decision to pass on this challenge to billionaire Republican Governor Jim Justice practically clears the field for Stephen Smith, a 39-year-old community organizer who's running a progressive populist campaign like no other in the state's recent history. And I will say this, Stephen Smith, I don't know if anyone knows him on this chat or not, but we here at Hard Lens Media would like to do a online interview with you if you have the chance. In fact, we will reach out to you as well.
I thought you were gonna say we salute you.
No, we do. We do salute. And the very fact, because this article is from The Intercept, the very fact that he's getting attention like this says a lot, because West Virginia, let's be real, it's a conservative state, but now we're seeing momentum happening. And the thing is, we have to remember that more and more Americans are identifying themselves as independents, and when you really sit down, especially when people talk about the issues that are impacting them, there's a clear problem with our infrastructure. Our environment is starting to act crazy now thanks to climate change. We have ridiculous student debt. It's impossible to really make a living here in this country where people are working 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet. And you need someone who's going to really talk about the issues and actually bring out solutions. So Smith's anti-establishment campaign, dubbed West Virginia Can't Wait, recently outraised all of his Republican opponents, including the incumbent combined, almost entirely all small dollar donations. I said it.
Say that 3 times fast.
Small dollar donations.
Small dollar donations. Small dollar donations.
And that's what Stephen Smith's campaign is doing. And in late July, his campaign became the first in West Virginia's history to unionize, ratifying a collective bargaining agreement with the Campaign Workers Guild. So here's a quote from him, from Stephen Smith. West Virginia needs a movement, not a king. That's right, because I'm against all monarchy. We had a revolution for a reason, and I believe in it. No monarchs.
But I'll always be his queen. But
oh yes, of course you will always be my queen. Always, of course that. No elected official, not Jim Justice, not Joe Manchin, not me can save us. We have to save ourselves. So while the media and political class were watching this soap opera unfold, our volunteers were busy building a people's political machine around the state.
Mic drop.
That's boom out there. So Smith supporters point to Paula Jean Swerian, an environmental activist who challenged Manchin from the left in 2018 as evidence of desire for real grassroots opposition within the state. Though Manchin won the primary election, Swerian managed to win 30% of the vote with virtually no name recognition and only $179,000. Look, that's incredible. That is a victory in many ways, because here's the thing. It goes to what we've said on the show. Daniel said it. I've said it. The DNC is a paper tiger, and they're surrounded by a paper wall. That goes for the RNC establishment. That goes for the political establishment here. Just enough force, a push, and they collapse. They go away. And the thing is, it's always been set up that way, but they've been selling this narrative to all of us that, oh, wait, we can't really change the system, when in fact, we can. It just requires all of you to step up and get involved. Don't be that person who says they wish they could have helped. Smith supporters, Manchin, who's been the state's most prominent Democrat for decades, has voted with Trump's agenda more than 60% of the time. Wow, so much for the McResistance, right? Resistance, right?
Manchin was never a resistor. Manchin was always a Republican.
He's a staunch ally of the fossil fuel industry, supports the border wall, once shot the cap and trade climate bill with a rifle. Wow,
I thought
great.
You said he shot a cat at first.
No, he did not shoot a cat, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
He probably did. And was the one lone Democrat to vote for the confirmation of Brett Kavanaugh.
That's right,
in the Supreme Court.
Oh, yeah, I made phone calls to West Virginians in regards to that, asking them to call Manchin.
So
Manchin,
whatever kind of name that is, decision not to run for governor was so last minute that his communication director wrote 2 different statements and didn't know which one the Senate would use on Tuesday morning. A lot of organization there. Come on, get on point. He similarly teased a potential gubernatorial run in 2016 before deciding against it and throwing his support behind Justice, who was a Democrat at the time. Whatever. Smith holds many of the standard progressive policy positions like support for Medicare for all, a tuition-free college. I like this. He rejects the progressive label. Instead, he refers to the movement as a people's campaign and explicitly names class enemies. In early August, Smith's campaign hosted a national strategy called to pass on the tactics they're using on the campaign trail to out-of-state organizers. Traditional campaigns, he said, rely exclusively on money, power, and have no interest in expanding the electorate. They're not going to spend it on organization. They're going to spend it on messaging. Right. The campaign is going to be safe, not brave, Smith continued. It's going to be run to the benefit of the interests who paid for it, so a handful of lobbyists and corporate backers, and probably the candidate themselves, and they're not going to give a damn about people power.
Yeah, Smith.
Yeah, I love this guy already.
Yeah, I like him too.
Okay, hey, Smith, reach out to us. Heartlands Media wants you on our show.
After I read this article, I was jazzed, and I would love to have him in our Congress.
Right.
Manchin's a congressman, right? He's not a senator.
No, he's in the Senate.
Okay. He's in the Senate?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
a senator.
But he is not the Senate.
He's not the Senate. He's Senator Joe Manchin, not Congressman. So Joe Manchin. But I would love to see this guy in the Senate.
So I think that, because I could keep on reading the article, but I think this leads to a much more bigger conversation, Kira. I kind of want to bring you in on this. The corporate Democrats always ran with the narrative that if they're going to run in red states or red areas, that they have to typically side with conservatives and be Republican. But when we interviewed Steve Cox, who's running in Kentucky against Turtle Boy.
McConnell.
McConnell, yeah, I almost forgot his name. Wow.
Turtle Boy works. Yeah, Everybody knew who you were talking about.
Yeah, Turtle Boy. He was saying, why would a Republican vote for a Democrat that's going to be to the right of a Republican when you just vote for a Republican?
You're not giving anybody a choice at all when you run a campaign that way. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to kowtow to the right in such a way, especially knowing that you're going to lose anyway. Why not? Why not be bold? What a stupid question to ask anybody from like the DNC. But why not be bold? Why not?
Because Democrats would, quote Jimmy Dore, Democrats would rather lose with a progressive than they get that for me. Okay. To quote Jimmy Dore, the Democrats would rather lose the election than have someone like Bernie Sanders beat Trump. So the thing is, one was a Republican will keep the game
because they know that the progressive is going to win, is what you're pointing to.
And the thing is, the very fact now that this race is now wide open, this could be the first time ever the Democrats, a progressive, an independent, can actually win the gubernatorial race in West Virginia. And if that can be done, it also says that the two-party system is starting to be shown for what it really is. Look, I said it earlier in the show, I'm going to say it again. The DNC and RNC are friends with each other. They take money from Wall Street to big banks, major corporations, lobby groups, the top 1%.
They are playing for the same team, and you see it in the way that their candidates campaign.
Yeah.
They're the same team.
They're happy to trade players because, again, like you said, they're on the same team, whereas progressives play a different game. So
and they know that people will vote for progressives.
What they've said forever is we have to run centrist right to win these states. The second that changes, they're not going to go, oh, we can win the South with this strategy. They're going to say what we always heard from whenever Bernie Sanders won any primary state, including Hawaii: weird, white, irrelevant, not a real thing that can be replicated.
Such a silly thing to say about an entire state.
Well, the thing is, that's corporate media, because corporate media
weird states.
Yeah, and the thing is now.
We don't count.
But here's another thing too. Corporate media doesn't really acknowledge progressive candidates like Smith right now, and the thing is that if he wins, just watch him start like saying, "Oh well, we didn't see him winning. We didn't expect him to beat the Republican." Already in the article, it is stating, and this is a fact, that he is outperforming all of the Republican contenders, including the incumbent. That's unheard of. And maybe this is an example all of us can take. No matter what state you live in, whatever part you live in, now's the time to step up and get involved. It can be done. It just requires momentum, strength, courage, and bravery to step up and do the right thing, because he is right. We don't need a king. We don't need someone who's been in office for 34 years, and even mentions himself, you don't need me either. We need people power. That's something that Bernie Sanders has said. And look, I don't want to say this just to sound bad or anything, but Senator Bernie Sanders will not be around for forever. we're going to have to pick up the banner and lead forward. And that's what he's asking all of us to do. And that's why we need to get involved in this 2020 election cycle. Register to vote. Talk to your friends, your family, your neighbors. We can make history. Something can be done, and we can get rid of this neoliberal system that we have. Daniel.
I was just going to say, since we're getting close to 10,000, and I said when we hit 10,000 subs, we'd do a merch store. One thing we should definitely sell is just gelatin capsules filled with red water, so we can, when the time comes, give all the establishment Democrats red pills.
Here you go. Come on over.
Come on over. DNC
the water's wonderful.
Yeah, no, wait. We'll give the neoliberal establishment Flint, Michigan water. Oh, there we go.
We're not like that.
We're nice.
We're nice, really? Do we got to be?
Yeah,
Come
we're
on.
progressives.
It's in our roster. It says right here.
Well,
we care about
people.
What?
Maybe if we give enough corporate donations to Amy Klobuchar, she'll actually do it. I think she'll actually follow through. Like
her hair looks great, though.
At the end of the last story we finished, listen to 5 minutes.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to.
Well, I'm not giving you a choice.
She's not, I mean...
Wait, don't say anything.
Her voice is like nails on a chalkboard, but it's not so bad.
So, okay, hold on. I actually want to read one last statement from Smith, who's actually running. He says, the stakes are high here, and by working together, we have a whole lot more power than if we're separated. Great note to end.
Right.